Why are you doing podcasts now? Sounds like you're doing a lot of podcasting. What's the
Yeah,
importance of podcast?
yeah. Look, message to market match, they call it. I'm a baby boomer, so I've been through, newspapers and television and magazines as I come through my career. And of course, here we are today. Who would have ever thought this thing called AI was going to come around? I thought the fax machine was great. And this is the way for me to expose our stuff in front of qualified audiences. And, when we talk about CPL, cost per lead on Facebook, whilst we get good leads, we get terrible leads as well. There's nothing much you can do about that. That's just what the platform delivers. But what I found out of doing interviews on podcasts, and we have a Filipino girl that puts me on, 3 or 4 or 5 of these a week, is that the audience is already following the host. So, your audience is listening or watching you, Robin, because they've been doing it for a while. And so therefore, if you are going to have a guest on, there's every chance in the world that they're probably going to listen to that because they trust you. Whereas if you do a webinar, everybody thinks webinars are death by PowerPoint, which largely speaking they are. We try and make ours a bit interesting. But at the end of the day, it's a slide deck. Whereas in this instance, it's like a Conan O'Brien interview on a Tonight Show. And what we found is that when we come off the podcast, not 100% of the time, but a large proportion of the time, I will get a call, an email, SMS from anywhere between 5 and 10 people, and they'll say, "Listen, we listened to you on the podcast, and can we have a chat over Zoom because we'd like you to have a look at our business."
And you're absolutely correct. Since I started this podcast, and it's just my personal experience about 2.5 years ago, when I first I did the first video, I was hoping like for 10 views on the video, right? And now I'm averaging 5,000 new viewers on the channel every week.
Wow.
That's YouTube only.
Wow.
And we got about 2.5 million views on the downloadable portion of the podcast. That's the audio piece. And we got about 1,200 downloads per day now. And I didn't do anything different. I just continued on with methodically having conversations with thought leadership people like yourself, JD, and a few others. And everybody who came on the channel, they got good success stories coming out of it. All I did is just facilitate the conversation.
Yeah, but Robin, the thing is that if you thrust stuff down people's throats like an infomercial, then there's a good chance a percentage of them will just shy away. But if it's a two talking heads Oprah interview like this, whereby there is no script, they know that it's coming direct from whoever the interviewee is, then it's much, much more believable. There's more credibility to it because there's not a whole bunch of slides that there would be in a webinar or perhaps even a TV show.
Absolutely.